time to ingest some extra caffeine. Late night adventures on the gridiron, and we all know anything can happen when you kick off after dark. Welcome to College Park, Maryland, SECU Stadium, better known as the Snake Pit and home of the Terps. As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the Virginia Cavaliers, taking on a team from the Big Ten, the Maryland Terrapins. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. The Terrapins will get us started with the opening kickoff. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Cavaliers' offense will get the first possession of the game. These rivalry games can really get the blood pumping, and we'll see who can manage their emotions best early.
Everyone's been waiting for this game, right? You know, both of these teams have had this game circled all the way back to the beginning of the offseason, so you got to be...
There he goes. Makes the stop at the 32, but he picks up 10 on that play.
Well, they pick up the first against zone coverage. I think a big part of this for young quarterbacks out there is if you're going to be throwing into zone coverage, you got to throw on time. You can't stare down receivers because the entire defense has their eyes on you, so you can't telegraph where the ball's going. You've got to hold it to the very last possible second. Try to freeze defenders with your eyes and then throw the ball into open areas of the field, anticipating where your guy's going to be.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
He'll pull it on the read. And it's on the ground. Oh, and he gets the ball back. Lucky to do so. Guess it could have been worse.
Woo. Deep breath, right? Man, you fumble that thing, you cough it up, you're like, oh, I really appreciate you, brother. I can't tell you how much I thank you because the coaches would have been all over me, but big-time break for the offense.
The Cavaliers are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. To the air, it's Morris. He hurls one deep down the left side. Oh, he dropped it, and what a missed opportunity early in this football game.
3rd and short like that on your own side of the field, you're just looking for a quick hitter. You're trying to get the ball out of your hand quickly, but the timing completely off there for the offense, and the ball falls incomplete.
And the Cavaliers will punt this one away. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. So Maryland's offense will have its first possession of the game. Every team has impact players. What traits are you looking for when it comes to players who can make an impact, David?
Well, obviously, you want the main things, right? Speed, physicality, like all power, all those things are really, really good. But you also need guys that will hold people.
Coming out aggressively. And it's knocked away downfield. The DB getting a hand in there.
Well, the receiver was double covered on that play, and I don't know if the decision by the QB had to do with the pressure. Because he was hurried, he just had to get rid of that faster than he wanted to. He's lucky he didn't come away with an interception there.
So now it's 2nd and long. Caught in the backfield, it's Smith. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
Well, give the defense credit on that one because they knew coming into this one that they were going to try to get this receiver the ball in a variety of ways. They were ready for the screen there, and they create a negative play.
And the Terrapins need their binoculars to find that line to gain here on 3rd down. The snap sets up to throw. A little screen to the running back. Tackle is made at the 27. Let's see if they decide to punt it.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on 3rd down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. What do you do? You set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
Punt is on its way. but he stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. Opening snap of this drive comes from the 31-yard line. Looking downfield, it's Morris. Under fire. Caught over the middle, it's Brown. And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on you.
And now on second down for this offense. The give to the running back from the shotgun. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
How frustrating is that? You're that running back. Where were you supposed to go? There was absolutely no lane for him on that play.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Give to the back. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
You know, as a defense, you can have the right call and the right guy in the right spot, but that guy's just too good. And how about the running back on that play? Just making it happen, breaking off the huge gain. It's tough to get these guys on the ground.
The Cavaliers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on first down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down. You guys have both played in rivalry games, so what did you do to keep yourself locked in during that week of preparation, David?
Well, you try to keep your emotions in check, but it's really, really hard to do because a lot of times the hatred is so strong. The emotions are so real. The coaches get super tight, and they start talking about things, Jesse, so you don't just treat it as another game.
No, it's hard to handle the anxiety leading up to those games, not just because of what it means to your season, but because of what the fans are saying, what your coaches are saying, what your family and friends are saying, understanding how important those rivalries are.
And the Cavaliers really need to keep this drive alive on third down. To the air, it's Morris. He's got an open man. Wide open spaces. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down. It's been a defensive battle through the first period, and the stats tell that tale. Sometimes you see the offenses sort of settle in, find areas to probe after that first quarter. First play of the period, first down here. Looking to throw again. Quickly complete. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
On first down from the 13-yard line. Quarterback on the keeper. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in.
Yeah, and that's the hard thing about these QBs that can move and run all over the place and give you so many options is that didn't even look like much, but he chews up so much yardage and gets those little gains that just death by 1,000 cuts that continue to happen with this offense.
He'll do it himself. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
Well, the defense did a pretty good job that time on the option play of having someone dedicating themselves to the quarterback to get him down. Not enough to stop the offense from picking up the first down, though. The defense really needs to be keyed in on this because they're going to see this option play more and more as this game goes on.
They'll try to get it in with the run. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And wow, the defense was in there quick, fast, and in a hurry and shut that run game down. Like, They were ready for that. Second down now. A little more space for the offense, backed up, a little more room to operate and try to maybe find some windows to throw a football here.
The run up the middle, trying to power to the goal line. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on second down, this little third to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
They're going to run it. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Cavaliers.
And how about this offensive line? 3rd and goal, you gotta have it. They flew off of the ball. They got some push. They made that easy on their running back to score that touchdown.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive and finish the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. First play of the drive comes from the 22. Martin back to pass. Here's a heat. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. They'll tell you that somebody's always going to pop open, but it didn't happen in time before they got the sack.
No, it did not. And you know what? I'm going to remember this. I'm going to remember zone defense. They didn't really have an answer. They weren't ready to get rid of the football. Quarterback hesitated. I got to him and got him on the ground. Might be a good call later on in the game.
The Terrapins with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. They'll try the run. Slams into the pile. He'll get 1 to the 17. And the Terrapins need a massive chunk play to move the sticks here on 3rd down. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and they've got a chance to lock this thing up before the break. The Terrapins are in a mess here on 3rd and a mile. They'll send the back in motion. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win 1st and 2nd down. You set up 3rd and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody on the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force 4th downs.
And the Terrapins will bring the punt team onto the field. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Fields the punt and tries to work it the other way. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Back to pass, it's Morris. Finds his tight end. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. Really nice job there by both guys to throw and the catch to work that defense and get the 1st down. New set of downs after the completion. Looking downfield on 1st down. Snagged in the middle. It's Ennis. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down. Hey, we're getting close to halftime, and it looks as if the big fella wants to be all over the highlights.
Goodness gracious, he is open. When he leaves the huddle, apparently he's open. A ton of catches already early in this ball game. They are featuring him and finding him.
Makes a catch.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. The Cavaliers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. And a quick shuffle pass underneath. He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a first down.
Stop me when you've heard this before. First down, first down, first down. Just continuing to put first downs together. So far, this defense just can't find any answers.
And the Cavaliers have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. Snapped it in the shotgun. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Virginia!
Man, that's the way you execute on offense, man. You keep your foot on the gas. Try to make this a 2-score game. You do with that touchdown. This offense executing beautifully. The defense is going to have to find something in the second half to get some stops.
He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And he got into the house from the 6 to finish it. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll start the return inside his 5. And the returner will be brought down. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Martin will throw it. Makes the catch along the sidelines and steps out of bounds.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Back to throw, time running short in the half. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Everybody needs a little luck, and the offense just got it by falling on that fumble.
Good awareness by the offense. You never want to see the ball on the ground, but a nice job understanding to just kind of jump on it and make sure you keep possession.
On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Just masterful working that sideline and getting the toe down for the catch.
Real smart play. Great job. Get the positive yards and then get your booty out of bounds.
This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far, but starting to get things moving, it's 1st and 10. Quarterback needs to make a better throw there. Incomplete.
Well, this defense knew coming in they were going to see some RPO and they were going to see some quick game. A nice job there taking the throw away from the quarterback.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Couldn't connect on 1st down. Now back to the air. Just a short pass to the tight end. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
You know, I know it seems like an easy pitch and catch, but for the tight end there, that route potentially changes if it's man coverage. So good job by him knowing it's zone. I'm just going to sit down. This is basically like a check down, right? Let's just take the easy pitch and catch and keep this drive going.
Unloads to the wideout. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
You can just start to sense the frustration building for this offense after that incompletion. Right now setting up 4th down. They haven't yet scored a touchdown. They just can't find a rhythm in this game. Obviously, the defense, the big reason for that. But if this offense wants a chance to win, they have got to start stringing some completions together and get this quarterback in a better rhythm.
Signals for the fair catch, and that's where they'll put it in play, just outside the 20. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Give to the running back. Just searching and working for the running room as he gets it out to the 26. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotions, and they were on full display in that first half. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. That said, let's get back to the field and our guys in the booth to see who comes out on top of this rivalry contest.
The Cavaliers will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. On the run from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. Snags a quick pass on the left. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Line getting set on second down. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Picks up the first down. He moves the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 33.
Well, with the weapons this offense has, you knew it was just a matter of time in the run game before someone was going to break a long one. They'd just been running into a wall. They just couldn't seem to find their creases and get enough movement up front, but they finally got it there, picking up the first. Let's see what happens next.
Motion from the wide receiver. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Got his man downfield. And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45. Sometimes your tight end's a safety valve, and sometimes he's your go-to receiver.
And the offense knew right away it was the primary target. It was where he was going with the football, because you know you get a little bit of suck up from those linebackers with the play action, and you feed the big fella.
The give to the tailback. Makes a man miss. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down.
It was so important this offense was able to find a way to get in the rhythm, and the running game is now helping that. 2 straight punts on their previous 2 drives. This drive, though, they're having a little bit more success. Big reason why is this running back. He's been able to find some creases to run through, and it's really helping out this offense.
They're going to ride this running back. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short, not a good job by this defense.
Got it in the middle. It's Smith. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
A nice job by the quarterback there, working through his progressions. Nothing open down the field, so he checks it down to his drag route coming from the slot receiver. They get the completion.
This offense hasn't found the end zone yet. Starting to move. It's 1st and 10. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Fleming. And out of bounds right at the 12-yard line. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. They'll run it in the red zone. It's Ray. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening. 1st and goal from the 9.
All right, guys, that's not a home run type play, but he did enough there to keep the chains moving.
First and goal and a great opportunity to slice into this lead. Martin back to pass. Trying to find the end zone. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive.
The offense trying to throw it there quickly down close to the goal line. Nice job by the defense tackling the catch.
Picked up some of what they needed on first down. Now it's second and goal from the 5. The run up the middle, trying to find its way to the goal line. Touchdown, Terrapins! Excellent pass by the back on the option. They just took the air out of that thing. That might be an understatement. They took the ball away and just wore down, just grinded away at that defense.
It took a lot of time off the clock in the process as well. I'm impressed with the physicality up front of this offense, because that's where it all starts. If you're going to march the ball down the field like they just did, you've got to be dominating in the trenches, and they are doing that in this game right now.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And after the extra point, they've cut the lead in half, down 14-7. They marched 78 yards down the field, and they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? On the move from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. Starts a drive trying to go up top. Finds the tight end. He goes out of bounds right at the 37-yard line. A good, productive play there to get things going. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
They'll run it from the gun. He showed off a few moves, but not enough to get away from all of those defenders as they stop him for a loss.
And that's a great job by the defense, understanding exactly the situation, understanding to stay home, play sound. No matter who gets the football, we're going to run to the football hard. We're going to cage the football, be disciplined. Nice job by the defense.
Back to pass, it's Morris. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long, different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Looking for a big play. Almost intercepted, and what a momentum swing that could have been, but they still force a fourth down.
This game just feels so different than it did in the first half. After that incompletion, now setting up fourth down, they only have a one-possession lead. Things were looking so much better earlier in the game. They're going to have to get it together throwing the football if they want to win this game.
Kick is in the air. Fields the punt and tries to find an opening. They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. Let's see if they can put together a drive starting from their own 28. He'll off one deep down the left side. Catch and stride inside the 15. He was just a breath from taking that one all the way, and he'll run that momentum right into the fourth quarter. Guys, that's the end of the quarter, and Virginia has the lead here. And we've reached the end of the third, and time is running out if they're going to cut into this deficit. Let's take a look at our game stats before we move on. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. A first down run on the doorstep. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
I'm not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block better. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
Defense rose up deep in 's own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He'll keep it himself. And he'll finish the ride in the end zone. Touchdown, Maryland!
And you see the option being such a pain in the behind of the best programs in college football. When you got quarterbacks that have those multiple options, they're making you play very disciplined, and the QB takes it himself, gets in for the score.
Setting up for the extra point and the tie. The kick is good, but the penalty flag indicates we've got a roughing the kicker call coming.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Here comes the kickoff as we are all tied up in the 4th quarter.
Returner goes out of bounds.
Looking to throw, it's Morris. Rushes on him. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And the big gain, and they've got it on the 46.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
The offense sets up shop at the 46 on 1st down. He'll pull it on the read. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Really nice job by the defense shutting down all the options. Don't let him get into his reading phase. Go get him right now, play sound, and more importantly, tackle him and get him on the ground.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Out of the gun, the running back has it. They ripped off 7 on that one. Now a 3rd down and 3.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
They'd love to make this kick easier by picking up a few on 3rd down. It's 56 yards out from here. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. They'll pick up enough yardage for the 1st down. They've got it at the 30.
How about the offense, man? Dialing up the screen play on 3rd down. They needed a play. Sometimes people like the screen, sometimes they don't. You got to call it at the right time. And they pick the right opportunity. They get the 3rd down conversion and a new set of downs.
Running back searching for a hole. And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
Great offenses always stay ahead of the chains. That run right there, now you're in a good position. It's not 2nd and long. It's not 3rd and long. Now it's the whole playbook's open. The defense really has to honor run and pass on the next snap.
And the Cavaliers in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Give to Brown. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, they're just trying to run the ball, but that time there was absolutely nowhere for the running back to go, and as a result, that's a tackle for loss.
The Cavaliers are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. The clock has stopped, and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. And the Cavaliers come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. Scanning the field, it's Morris. Gets it out quickly. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the 1st down. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. And it's right down the boulevard. And guys, they've taken the lead, and now the stage is set for the end of this one.
Well, the offense and special teams did their job, right? Here late in the 4th quarter, they put themselves now in position to win this game. It all comes down to the defense. Can they deliver? If they get the stop, they win this game.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. They'll give it to the back. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6.
Thinking about using a timeout right here after that run play. Listen, I get you're trying to keep the defense off guard, but you're losing this game. You've got to throw the football. Now is the time. You've got to be aggressive, trailing in this 2-minute situation.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. The Terrapins are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. He'll throw on 3rd down. Catch in the middle. It's Smith. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. Martin will throw it. And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waning moments. That could be a costly play. He's trying to get them set quickly. They have to get the ball into field goal range. Got it in the middle. It's Webb. And the defense drags him down.
And the offense gets the ball out pretty quick. But, man, if you're going to do that, that's fine. But we got to get the first down, or we got to get out of bounds so we can stop the clock. This offense, they've got to execute a little bit tighter down the stretch of this close football game.
Got to get everybody lined up quickly. Time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The defensive back staying in phase and batting it away.
How nice is it as a defense when you've got a corner that can play on an island and be as dominant as this guy has been all game long? You just saw another great example of it right there. Breaking on the ball and knocking it away.
Trailing by a possession, they need to keep the ball. They'll try to convert. He's got it. First down and more. They got him free for a big gainer down to the 43.
And you just wonder if this defense now is starting to feel it a little bit. They're a bit on their heels after that 4th down play to keep this drive going. Someone's going to have to step up here and stop the bleeding. They're only up by 1 possession.
And the Terrapins have it with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Pass is incomplete. The clock is down to 9.
And those are the plays that you worry about as a defensive coordinator, man. Not getting beat over the top, but not just by any guy, but by a guy that can fly. And they've been worried about it all game long. Their game plan has been steered toward that, and right here they execute at a really good level. Make sure they don't let them get behind them, and they knock the football to the ground.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Smith. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.